Hi everyone, welcome to MyMax Academy. In this video, we'll continue with pair of linear equations in two variables for 10th standard CBSE Math. We will continue on exercise 3.5, page number 62. So page number 62 in your textbook, page number 62, exercise 3.5. So we'll continue on exercise 3.5 in page number 62. So we'll continue on problem number 2. So problem number 2 says, so it has two sub problems. In problem number 2, first problem, first sub problem. Problem number 2, first subdivision, which is for what values of a and b does the following pair of linear equations have infinitely many solutions? So what is the equation? 2x plus 3y equal to 7. Then a minus b times x plus a plus b times y equal to 3a plus b minus 2. Right? It's an important problem. 2x plus 3y equal to 7, a minus b times x plus, yeah. So now we need to find for what values of a and b this set of equation will have infinitely many solutions. It's a very important problem. So to find that, so we need to check the ratio which is in your page number 46 in your textbook, table 3.4. So we need to check that condition. So all of you refer in your page number 46, table 3.4 for checking the condition for infinitely many solutions. So what is the condition? Condition for infinitely many solutions. What is the condition? As per the table 3.4 in page number 46, we need to have a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 should be equal to c1 by c2. So this is the condition for this, the set of linear equations to have infinitely many solutions. Fine. So so to find this ratio, we should always convert, first check whether the given set of equation is in the general form. What is general form? Our general form is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 is first equation. So here this is first equation. So a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. This is your second equation. This is your second equation. Now we should check whether these two equations are in this form. You have to first convert. If it is in this form, okay. If it is not in the form, in this form, you need to convert this in this form. You need to convert this equations in this form. So first to be in this form, right side should be 0. But right side we have 7 and 3a plus b minus 2. So which means it's not this given set of equations. They are not in this form. You need to convert them in this form. We need to bring everything to the left side. So we have 2x plus 3y. I am rewriting this equation. 7 comes this side. It becomes minus 7 equal to 0. This is number 1. This one is a minus x times a minus b times x plus a plus b times y minus, you have to bring this, minus 3a will come here, it will become minus 3a, then minus plus b will come here, it will become minus b, minus 2 will come here, it will become plus 2. Clear? So equal to 0. Equal to 0. Now we should equate this with, so this is your second equation which I have written. Equate these two to this one and find what is a1. What is a1? a1 is coefficient of x in the first equation. What is that? a1 is 2. What is b1? b1 is coefficient of y in the first equation, which is 3. So 3. Then c1 is not 7, minus 7. You have to write along with the sign. Minus 7. So this is your c1. What is a2? a2 is the coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x? a minus b. That is your a2. The entire thing is a2. Compare this. Whatever is before x, that is a2. Whatever is before x here is a minus b, comma, b2 is the quotient of y in the second equation, that is b2, right? So whichever is before y here, second equation, quotient of y is b2, so b2 should be a plus b, comma c2 equal to, what is c2? The entire thing, this entire thing is c2. So c2 is minus 3a minus b plus 2. Clear? Fine. So you need to compare this with this and write a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. Now let's try to, so this is the condition for infinitely many solution. So for what value of a and b, this will be satisfied, which means we need to substitute these value in this. So we have to find this. So a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So we are going to substitute. What is a1? a1 is 2 by a2. a2 is a minus b equal to b1. b1 is 3 by b2 is a plus b equal to c1 is minus 7 by c2 is minus 3a minus b plus 2. Now we should solve these and find the value of a and b, which means whenever you have three ratios, we'll solve, we can take these two, right? And then we can either take these two or this and this. First and second, and then second and third, or first and third, any two. So we'll take this two and then we can take these two, this and this. Fine. So first we'll take these two ratios, right? So what do we get? This is 3. Huh? So what do we get? We have 2 by a minus b equal to 3 by a plus b, right? For these two we have this. So we have taken these two and I have written here. So we need to solve this. So cross multiply. So this into this. So 2 into this will go a plus b. A plus b will go here, equal to 3 into a minus b will go here, right? So you can always do this into this equal to this into this. Now you multiply 2a plus 2b equal to 3a minus 3b. Now bring everything to one side. So 2a, this 3a will come here, it will become minus 3a. Then this plus 2b I am writing as it is. Then minus 3b comes this side, it will become plus 3b equal to 0. Right? Now what is 2a minus 3a? Minus a plus 2b plus 3b is 5b equal to 0. So this is one equation. Right? This is one equation. Now let's take these two. This is a different equation. No, don't get okay. This is one. I'm sorry. This is 2. Huh? This is 2. This is equation 2. Right? First and second equation. Okay. So now, so this is one. So we'll name this as some other. We can't put same one because we were confused with this. So we'll call this as equation 3. Right? Then let's take these two ratios. Right? So 3 by a plus b equal to minus 7 by minus 3a minus b plus 2. Right? 3 by a plus b equal to minus 7 by this minus 3a minus b plus 2. Now cross multiply. So 3 into this whole thing, minus 3a minus b plus 2 equal to minus 7 into this whole thing. Right? That will be a plus b. Clear? So now if you multiply, so minus 3 into minus, so I have to close this. Minus 3 into, so 3 into minus 3 is minus 9a, minus 3b, minus 3 into minus b is minus, so 3 into 2 is 6, equal to minus 7 into a is minus 7a, minus 7 into b is minus 7b. Now bring everything to this side. So you'll have minus 7a, sorry, minus 9a, minus 3b plus 6. Then I'm bringing this minus 7a here, it will become plus 7a, minus 7b will become plus 7b equal to 0. Now take this is minus 9a, this is minus 9a, this is 7a. Minus 9a, 7a is minus 2a. Then minus 3b plus 7b is plus 4b plus 6 equal to 0. This is 6. Now this will become minus 2a plus 4b. This 6 can go this side, it will become minus 6. Fine. So also if you observe now, everything has, all of these have 2. So you can cancel, you can divide by 2. So if I divide by 2, if we divide by 2, then this will become minus a plus 2b equal to minus 3. I am dividing each term by 2. 2 by 2 is 1, 4 by 2 is 2, minus 6 by 2 is minus 3. So you can always simplify. If anything is common, any number is in every term, you can divide by that number throughout. Right? So this is your equation number 4. Clear? So after this, how this is coming? We are dividing, because this is 2, 4, 6. All these numbers are divisible by 2. So you will divide 2 by 2 is 1. So this way it has become minus 1a. Then 4 by 2 is 2. Minus 6 by 2 is minus 3. So I am dividing each term here by 2. So we got this equation. Now let's take the third. So we need to, what we have to find? We have to find the value of a and b. We have to find the value of a and b. So this equation and this equation, we need to solve equation 3 and equation 4. So what we have got two equations. So this is one equation, which is minus a plus 5b equal to 0. This is one equation, equation 3, and the other equation is minus a plus 2b equal to minus 3. This is another equation. This is one equation and this is another equation. So we have to solve these two equations, and then this is your equation 4. So we have to solve equation 3 and 4. This equation and this equation we need to solve. Right? So now we can use any method to solve that we know. We know substitution method, elimination method, cross multiplication method, and everything. So to solve these two, and then we have to find the value of a and b. See, this itself is looking like a linear equations in two variables. Here the variables are a and b. We have to solve and find the value of a and b. This itself is a linear equations in two variables. Instead of x and y, we have a and b. Now we need to solve these two using any one of the methods and then find the value of a and b. So I told you the easy method will be elimination method. So we will solve by elimination method. For elimination method, we should check the coefficient of the variable a, and what is the coefficient of a here? Minus 1. What is the coefficient of a here? Minus 1. So both are having minus 1. The moment the coefficients are same for any one of the variable, either a should have same coefficient or b should have same coefficient. If none of them have the same coefficient, then we can directly add or subtract. So directly we will add or subtract. Now both are having the same sign, minus 1 and minus 1. Signs are also same. When both are having the same sign, then we need to subtract, which means we should change the sign. This minus will become plus, this plus will become minus, this minus will become plus. Whenever you have the same sign for the coefficient, so coefficient are exactly same, 2, 2 or minus 1 or 3, 3. When the coefficient of x in both the terms are equally same along with the sign, then you have to subtract, which means you should change the sign. So minus a plus a, they'll get cancelled. This is minus 5b minus 2b is 3b equal to 0. This is plus 3. You have to always check this change the sign. Don't worry about this minus 3. Now this minus 3 is gone. You have changed the sign of 3 minus 2 plus. So this is plus 3 now. So 0 plus 3 is 3. So my b becomes 3 by 3, which means my b equal to 1. So we have got the value of b equal to 1. Now we need to find the value of a. So let's substitute in any one of the equations. Substitute b equal to 1 in, we can substitute in the third equation. We substitute in the third equation, which is this equation. What is the third equation? Minus a plus 5b equal to 0. In the place of b, I am going to put 1 in this. So minus a plus 5b. 5 means 5 into b. 5 into b. b is 1 equal to 0, which gives me minus a plus 5 equal to 0. A minus a equal to minus 5. This plus 5 goes here to become minus 5. So 0 minus 5 is, if you want, I can put 0 minus 5. So 0 plus 5 goes here to become minus 5. So minus a becomes minus 5. So my a equal to minus 5 by minus 1. Because this is minus a means minus 1a. Minus a means minus 1a. Generally we don't put that. So minus a means minus 1a. So that minus 1 will come down. So your a becomes 5 by 1, which is 5. So what is the answer? Answer is a equal to 5 and b equal to 1. That is the final answer. So when your a equal to 5 and b equal to 1, this given system of equations, this system of equations will have infinitely many solutions. Clear? So that's why it's very important problem. Right? Okay. Now let's move on to the second one. In second problem, second subproblem. Right? Let me erase this. So in the second problem, We'll go to second sub problem. In second, right? So what it is? We have to find the value of k, for which the given set of equations, linear equations, have no solution. So what it is? So we have to solve this 3x plus y equal to 1 and 2k minus 1 into x plus k minus 1 into y equal to 2k plus 1, right? Okay, so now what we have is, we need to find the value of k for which this set of equations will have no solution. So again we need to check for the condition for no solution. So condition for no solution is what we have to refer the table 3.4 in page number 46 in your textbook. The page number 46, table 3.4 in your textbook says it has the condition for no solution. I am writing the condition, I know, but you need to know that condition. If not, you please refer that table 3.4 in page number 46. Condition for no solution is what? This is the condition which is given in that table which I am telling you. So which is a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2. This is what you see in that table 3.4 and page number 46. For no solution, this is the condition for no solution. Now we should find what is a1, a2, b1, b2, and then we should substitute here. So before we find this a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, we need to make sure that the given set of equation is in this form. The given set of equation is in this form, which means the right side I should have 0, but right side I have 1 and 2k plus 1, which means we should make this set of equation like this, which means we should have right side 0 here, which means we should bring everything to the left side. So our equation 1, this is equation 2. So the equation 1 will become 3x plus y minus 1 equal to 0. This is my first equation. Then the second one I will write it as 2k minus 1 times x plus k minus 1 times y. Then this 2k comes here, it will become minus 2k. Then plus 1 comes this side, it will become minus 1 equal to 0. This is your second equation. Now we should find what is our a1, b1, a2, b1, c1. Then we have to find a1, b1, c1. So what is a1? a1 equal to coefficient of x, which is 3. Compare this. First equation, coefficient of x is a1, a1 is 3. And b1 is, don't write y. b1 is what? Don't put y. You cannot put x and y here. It should be only numbers. Or it can be like where we had a and b. So here what is your b1? b1 is coefficient of y. Coefficient of y is what? 1. Because here 1 is there. Plus, it means it is plus 1y. 1 is there. So b1 is 1. Don't put b1 as y. Many people will do b1, they'll put b1 as y. Right? If the thing is that if it is 2y, they'll put b1 as 2. I've seen students doing this mistake. If it is 2y, they would put b1 as 2. If it is y, they just put y. No, it should be only the coefficient, which is 1. And what is c1? Another mistake. People will put 1. No, it is minus 1. Along with the sign, you should write. Now here what is a2? a2 is 2k minus 1. b2 is k minus 1. c2 is minus 2k minus 1. Clear? So this is where a2 is the coefficient of x, which is 2k minus 1. So you should not write x and y, but you can write k or a, b, anything else is here, you can write x and y are the variables. So this is 2k minus 1, that is my a1. Sorry, a2. a2 is this, which is 2k minus 1. My b2 is this one, and my c2 is the rest, the complete. This entire thing is c2. Fine. Now let's substitute here a1 by a2, b1 by b2. So the condition is a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2. This is the condition for no solution, because in the book they have given for what value of k. The question is for what value of k the given set of equations will have no solution. So that is the question that is given in the book. Fine. So now let's substitute what is a1. a1 is 3 by 2k minus 1. a2 is 2k minus 1. So a1 is 3, a2 is 2k minus 1 equal to b1. b1 is 1 by b2. b2 is k minus 1 equal, not equal to, this is not equal to. You have to be careful here. A1 by 2 equal to b1 by b2, not equal to c1 by c2, because the condition is for no solution. No solution, this is a condition which you can refer in your table 3.4 in page number 46 in your textbook. So C1 is minus 1 by C2 is minus 2k minus 1. Right? This is not equal to. Now again we should solve these two equation, and then we should solve these two, not equation. We don't call this as equation, this is called as inequality. When you say not equal to, it is called as inequality. Equal to means equation, not equal to, greater than, less than, those are called as inequalities, which you will study in your 11th standard. Anyway, so we'll take these two and then we'll solve, and then we'll take these two and we'll solve and find out k should not be equal to what number. So let's take these two first. Fine. So we'll take these two. Let's see what we get. Okay, so what we have is 3 by 2k minus 1 equal to 1 by k minus 1. So I'm taking these two first. This ratio, these two. I'm taking this and this. I'm putting it here. Right? So let's solve this. We solve this. So this into this. So 3 into k minus 1. This into this equal to 1 into 2k minus 1. 1 into 2k minus 1. So 3 into k is 3k. 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. 1 into 2k is 2k. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Bring this k here. It will become 3k. This 2k will come here. It will become minus 2k equal to minus 1. This minus 3 will go this side. It will become plus 3. So k equal to 2. What we get, the value of k is 2. So the problem doesn't end here. We need to check this. We have to solve for this inequality also. We call this as inequality, not equation. So we need to solve this. What is this? We have 1 by k minus 1. Right? 1 by k minus 1 is not equal to minus 1 by minus 2k minus 1. Fine. So 1 by k minus 1 is not equal to minus 1 by, so these two we will take and we will try to solve this inequality. See what it is, cross multiply. So this into this, so minus 2k minus 1, so this into this, not equal to k minus 1 into minus 1. So minus 1 into k minus 1. So this into this, 1 into 2k minus 1 is 2k minus 1. Or you can put 1 into 2k minus 1 not equal to, this is not equal to, don't put equal to, because the condition is not equal to, right? So not equal to, so this into this, not equal to this into this. So minus 2k, so 1 into minus 2k is minus 2k, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, is not equal to, you should keep on putting this not equal to, like how we put equal to here. You should keep on putting not equal to, not equal to, not equal to. So this will become minus k. Rest all the same thing that we do. Fine. Rest all are same thing that we do. So this is minus 1 into k, minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Now bring this k to this side. So when k goes this side, minus 2k, so this will become plus k, minus k comes here, it will become plus k, not equal to, this is 1 and this 1 goes here, it will become plus 1. So you will get minus 2k plus k is minus k is not equal to 2, which means k is not equal to 2 by, you can put minus 1. So you will get k is not equal to minus 2. Clear? You will get k as, so it is same as like how you solve this. Equal to how we solve, the same way you have to put not equal to, not equal to, not equal to, not equal to. So k should not be equal to minus 2. So which means here it says k equal to 2 and here it should be k equal to, k is not equal to minus 2. So which means what is the value? K equal to 2 is the value. K equal to 2 is the value. Here k comes as not equal to minus 2, which means k can be 2. K should not be equal to minus 2. K should not be equal to minus 2, which means k can be any value other than minus 2. But this says k should be 2. So which means the value of k should be 2. Both conditions have to be satisfied. If I take k as 2, then that 2, which means then k is, if I take k as 2, then 2 is not equal to 2, which is true. So this is also true, this is also true. So the final answer is See, we could have stopped here, but we cannot stop here because we need to make sure that the k is not equal to this 2. The k is not equal to minus 2. Suppose if you solve this, suppose if you get k equal to 2. Suppose if you get k equal to 2, but this says k equal to 2. Suppose if you get k not equal to 2, instead of minus 2, if you get k not equal to 2, k not equal to 2, then what will happen? Here k is equal to 2, here if you get k is not equal to 2, suppose if it is not equal to 2, so minus 2, if it, had we got 2, then this will say k equal to 2, this will say k not equal to 2. This is not possible. How can k be equal to 2 and k is not equal to 2? So in that case, we will say no value of k will make the system of equation has no solution. But that is not the case here. Here k is 2, here k is minus 2. So which means the final answer is k is equal to, sorry, here k is equal to 2 and k is not equal to minus 2. So k is 2, k is not equal to minus 2 means what? K should be equal to 2. Therefore, k is equal to 2. That is the answer. This is the answer. Because if k is 2, it satisfies this also condition. If I put k equal to 2, I'll get 2 is not equal to minus 2. 2 is not equal to minus 2 is true. So therefore, the value of k is 2. Clear? Okay. Now, we will move on to the third problem. I will say you can do it as, you can try as homework. You have to solve the following pair of linear equations by substitution and cross multiplication method, which we have done. You can see the previous videos and you can follow the substitution method and solve the substitution method and do by cross multiplication method, which we have been doing. So the third problem, after the second is the third problem, which you can try as homework, and if you get any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. Fine. So to this number you can WhatsApp me. Fine. So let's continue with the next problem, which is the fourth problem, which is the fourth problem in exercise 3.5, fourth problem. So fourth problem in exercise 3.5, what it is: form the pair of linear equations in the following problems and find the solution if they exist by any algebraic method. You have to find by any algebraic method, which means there are three things. First, we should form the equation. Second is we have to check whether the solution exists or not by checking the ratio a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and all that. If the solution exists, then we should solve them by any of the algebraic method. Any algebraic method means we can solve a substitution or elimination or cross multiplication method. So what we will do is we can choose any method. Any method means in the exam if they say solve without mentioning any method, then you can solve preferably by elimination method. That is the easy method. So here what I will do is I will solve these problems one problem by one algebraic method. Fine. Probably there are 5 problems. We'll do one problem by one algebraic. The 3 algebraic methods only we'll do. Substitution, elimination, cross multiplication. So any one of the 3. So fourth one, first part. The question is: a part of monthly hostel charges is fixed and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken food in the mess. When a student A takes food for 20 days, she has to pay ₹1000 as hostel charges, whereas a student B who takes the food for 26 days pays 1180 as hostel charges. Find the fixed charges and cost of food per day. So in a hostel there are 2 charges. One is monthly fixed charge. Monthly hostel charges is made up of 2 parts. One is the fixed charge and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken the food in the mess, right? So one student A has taken the food for 20 days and she has to pay ₹1000 as the hostel charge, and the other person who has taken the food for 26 days has paid 1180 as hostel charge. We have to find what is the fixed charge and what is the cost per day charge of the hostel. So we will assume, so we will say let the fixed charges for the hostel is ₹X. The fixed charge that the hostel puts, we call that as X. X is the fixed charge. Then let the charge charge per day based on the food taken which means if you eat food you'll have to pay based on the number of days you have eaten them. That is based on per day how much you have taken the food, so that is rupees y, right? Charge per day based on the food taken, how many ever days. So charge per day for one day if you take the food it is y rupees. If you take the food for 5 days it is 5y. So for one day if you take the food it is y rupees, and this charge is based on the number of days you have taken the food. So now a student A taken the food for 20 days and that student has paid rupees 1000. So which means that student A would have first paid X as the fixed charge. The student has to pay X rupees for the hostel plus he or she, or it's a she, so she has to pay 20 days she has taken the food. How many days? So which means for one day the charge is y rupee, for 20 days she has taken the food, which means 20y. 20y is the cost of the food and X is the fixed charge. So the total is the hostel charge. How much she has paid? She has paid 1000 rupees. In total she has paid 1000 rupees. Now the other student who has studied for who has taken the food for 26 days. The other student has taken the food for, so that student would have paid a fixed charge of X plus 26 days that other student has taken the food, right? So the student B would have paid for 26y. So one day it is y rupee, 26 days she has taken the food, so 20y, 26y, right? So that is 1180. Now we should find the value of X and Y, right? Now for that what we will do, we can use any method to solve this. So we will solve by elimination method. This one I will solve by elimination method. You can solve any method, we will do by elimination. Other problems I will do by other methods. The elimination method means what? First to solve this, what do we need to check? I'll say we'll solve by elimination method. I'm just writing it by elimination method. To solve by elimination method, what we should check? We should check whether either coefficient of X should be same or coefficient of Y should be same. Right? Now if I see this, I find that coefficient of X is same. 1 here, 1. This is also 1, this is also 1. If the coefficient of X is same or Y is same, then we can directly add or subtract. Now the coefficient of X is 1, here also 1. The sign is what? Plus 1, plus 1. So signs are same. When they have the same sign, then we need to subtract them, which means we should change the sign. Minus, minus. Fine. Then we should solve. Now X, this is X, this is minus X. They'll get cancelled. The 26y, this is minus, this is 20y, this is minus 26y. I'll get 6y, minus 6y. Right? So this is minus. You have to see the same sign. This is minus 26, this is plus 20, minus 6 equal to, if you subtract these two, we'll get minus 180. Right? So your y becomes minus 180 by minus 6. So your y becomes 30. Your y becomes 30. Now we need to find X. Now substitute y as 30. Substitute y is equal to 30 in any one of the equation. We'll substitute it in equation 1. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Right? Now substitute y is equal to 30. Here, then we get X plus 20. Sorry, we are substitute X equal to 30, y equal to 30 in first equation equal to 1000. So this is the first equation. Here we are going to substitute y is equal to 30. Then X plus 20 into y is 30. 20y means 20 into y, which means y I am substituting it as 30. So we get this is equal to 1000. So which means X plus 600. 20 into 30, 600 is 1000. Therefore X becomes 1000 minus 600, which means X is equal to 400. So which means we have solved and we have found X and Y. So which means the fixed charge is rupees 400 and charge per day for food is rupees 30. Clear? Charge per day for food is rupees 30 because Y we have taken it as the per day food charge, and X is the fixed charge. So fixed charge for the hostel is 400, charge per day for the food is rupees 30. So this is the final answer for this problem. Clear? This is the final answer. Fine. So I will stop here. You can watch the next video for the continuation of this. Fine. Thank you guys for watching. You can continue watching my next video for the continuation of this chapter. Thank you.